Ginger Vaughn and Jay Gray, thank you both for joining us from Dallas. Some of the most fascinating stories from that day are from the people who were in Dealey Plaza, who witnessed history unfolding right there in front of them. Among them, Hugh Aynesworth. He was a reporter for the Dallas Morning News. He joins us live from Dallas. And Hugh, I want you to listen to someone who else was there that day. He was 6 years old at the time. Here's how he described the gunshots.
It was a parade. The firecrackers were popping, which made sense to me. That's the only sound, and even talking to my mother recently, she assumed it was firecrackers also. And then, unfortunately, the shot that killed the president, it looked like confetti just coming out of the car, and you just assume that's what it was.
Hugh, take me back to that day. Why were you there? What did you see? What did you hear?
Well, I wasn't assigned to the story. I was a reporter there, but I decided to go see the president because it isn't every day you see the president in your town. And I'd just been there a few minutes when the motorcade came by. The first shot I thought was a motorcycle backfiring, but then 2 or 3 seconds later, a second, and then a third, and I could tell the last two that I heard were rifle shots, the whine of a rifle. And boy, pandemonium broke out. Everyone was throwing their children down, covering them. They were crying, they were screaming, and everybody was trying to run away, but they didn't know which way to run because of the situation there with the buildings on two sides and open space on the other, and people were running into each other, and it was just total pandemonium.
Well, you not only witnessed JFK's assassination, but you're the only journalist to witness the assassination, to also be on hand for the arrest of Lee Harvey Oswald, and then you were there 2 days later when Oswald was murdered. Your wife says it's odd or weird that you were in all those spots. Do you ever think about the odds that you would be there for these three historic events?
Well, the odds are tremendous because I wasn't even assigned to the story, and later I had it full time almost all through the next few years. But yeah, it was pretty odd, and the odds were very high, weren't they?
Yeah, well, what do you remember most about the day when Oswald was shot?
Well, I had been anticipatory because I knew that there were many threats made the night before. They were going to take Oswald, that communist SOB, they said. Even when they thought they were going to move him in an armored car, several people said, well, we're going to stop it, set it on fire, and kill Oswald. So I was really surprised that morning when I woke up and found out he had not been moved. And I grabbed my wife and I said, look, we got to get down there. I didn't eat, I didn't shave, I just threw on some clothes and got down there. And then I wasn't there but a very few minutes when all hell broke loose again. The little guy came out of there with one shot, as you know, you've seen the picture. Lights come on, here comes Oswald, one shot, and then it's almost like it was in the theater, a melee, a leg going out this way, an arm going that way, and people cussing each other. It was wild, really.
It just seems like it must have been surreal for you. I mean, were you haunted by what you saw? I mean, all of this was happening, you know, just day after day, it seems like.
Well, that's true, and I still get a tinge. I still get once in a while, I flash back. When you see something like this, I don't think you ever get it out of your system totally.
Now, you say you've spent about 30 to 40% of your life investigating and consequently debunking all of these conspiracy theories that are out there. Has anything you found surprised you or given you pause? Have you ever thought perhaps there's something to it?
I only thought there was something to it when I wondered aloud with my partners how much it cost him to get back from Russia and how he paid for it. And a few days later, I figured that out. The brother Robert sent $600 and the American Red Cross paid the rest. But all these other things, I mean, they start out with a theory and there is no fact ever to back it up. I don't care how much you want it, how much you feel it or need it. At some point you have to be honest and say, I don't have it.
Saw in the newspaper today that some of the Dallas Cowboys football players were on the road. That's the American football team. And they were told, hey, you can go out on the town, but don't let anybody know you're from Dallas. Was there a stigma attached? Did Dallas have to live down this day?
Oh, there was a great stigma and there was a great attack against Dallas. Some of it fair, some of it not. But I think that the fact that Oswald was killed, that the Dallas police allowed him to be killed, that was sort of double indemnity. The assassination itself, we don't condemn Memphis, we don't condemn Los Angeles, but the fact that the police let him be killed, that was really the power stroke.
Hugh Aynesworth, thank you so much for your reflections tonight. Certainly appreciate it.